There is a surge of illegal immigrants coming into the United States, and it has changed elections forever. Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. We are in the midst of a border crisis, and some are claiming this is intentional. Elon Musk claims that the Biden administration is allowing a migrant surge to pack future Democratic voter rolls before this year's 2024 U.S. presidential election, using tools like mass asylum. Unsurprisingly, the Trump-Vance campaign warns the same. These ideas have gained a lot of traction with all kinds of voters, especially those on the right. According to a Scripps News poll, 83% of Republicans say they're concerned about non-citizens voting in the 2024 election, compared to 46% of independents and 24% of Democrats. And all this makes sense. Democrats would benefit the most from non-citizens voting. I'm pretty sure they aren't the biggest fans of the party that wants them kicked out of the country. Just a guess, though. The left, meanwhile, responded by dismissing these claims as myths, based on conspiracy theories such as the Great Replacement theory, which is the idea that white populations are being replaced with non-white immigrants. There are also claims that if Trump loses again, he'll spin a story that he only lost because of voter fraud blaming illegal immigrants. So, who's right? Well, as always with the show, there's a lot more nuance than either side would like to admit. I've mentioned in prior episodes that illegal immigrants can't vote in national or state elections. It's both illegal and pretty rare. For example, Ohio only found 137 non-citizen voters on the state's voter rollouts of roughly 8 million voters. And Texas recently removed 6,500 non-citizens out of over 1 million ineligible voters. So, not a lot of numbers, which of course shows they've already replaced white people and are masquerading as them while voting so as to not get caught. So it seems like illegal immigrants voting in elections isn't really happening in a way that could swing the presidential election. But there's another idea out there. Democrats will just one day grant all illegal immigrants amnesty, and then they'll be able to vote legally. The thing is, that is much harder than people make it out to be. Former President Barack Obama tried to grant amnesty to DACA, the children of illegal immigrants who were brought into the U.S. at an early age and who have lived most of their lives in America. But his executive action failed after a Supreme Court deadlock on the matter in 2016. So even if Kamala Harris became president, there's very little chance the mostly conservative Supreme Court or Congress would let mass amnesty fly. Another argument is that Democrats are using illegal immigrants to skew the 2024 election in their favor through the census. The House of Representatives and the Electoral College are both based on census data. This determines how to distribute representatives and the electoral voters who decide the president. And guess what? Under current regulations, all residents, including illegal immigrants, count in the census, because the census counts all people. Even DJs, who I don't consider people. Now, many fear this could give blue states more power with more representatives and electoral voters thanks to the larger population size. But the reality is, this could just as easily help red states as it does blue states. It's entirely possible that states with large illegal immigrant populations will turn red. To back this explanation up, the Washington Examiner found no indication that migrants coming into the U.S. through one of Biden's immigrant programs are choosing to go to Democrat or Republican-governed states, much less that the government is choosing where people settle. I'm starting to think that whenever you hear about Democrats concocting a Machiavellian conspiracy, it's best to assume they aren't competent enough to pull it off. So in short, no, Democrats aren't using the current migrant crisis to turn non-citizens into 2024 election voters. Whew, I was getting worried. The thing is, people are focusing so much on the 2024 election that it seems they forgot that there are future elections. No matter how many people think this might be the last one, it's those future elections, decades from now, that the current migrant crisis will affect the most. But you won't see this from the fact checkers. They tend to focus on claims about illegal immigrants being able to vote. But they don't have to, because their children can. And that's because of birthright citizenship. Thanks to the 14th Amendment, you automatically become a U.S. citizen the moment you're born on U.S. soil. So within 18 to 20 years, the makeup of the American electorate may be entirely different thanks to the children of illegal immigrants. What's more, there's practically no way to solve this issue. You either have to mass deport illegal immigrants now before it snowballs into an even larger problem, or change birthright citizenship rules, both of which are unlikely to happen, considering how much Democrats love pushing back on just about anything that could be used to deport illegal immigrants. Heck, they even pushed back on a bill that would ban migrants convicted of sex crimes, because wanting to prosecute sex criminals of color is racist? Wow, I just learned I'm racist. So with how many illegal immigrants there are in the US, is this going to make a huge change? Well, estimates vary, but the Federation for American Immigration Reform calculated that 16.8 million illegal immigrants reside in the US, and that was as of June 2023. The number is probably much higher now. But this is still a small number compared to the number of American voters. For comparison, there were around 158 million Americans who voted in the 2020 election. But where it could count is in the swing states. During the 2020 election, Biden won the swing state of Pennsylvania by just a little over 80,000 votes. To put in context how little that is, that's about the same number of people that unironically like Joker 2. So depending on where the children of illegal immigrants live, entire elections could be changed by just tens of thousands of votes. And again, they probably won't vote for the party that wanted to deport their parents. We're already seeing tons of migrants flood current US swing states. And it's hard to believe this is not all part of some master plan, because why else would anyone willingly choose to live in Pennsylvania? To my Philadelphia viewers, that's just a joke. You're all wonderful people. Please don't throw batteries at me. Here are some shocking numbers. The Federation for American Immigration Reform estimates that in 2023, swing state Pennsylvania had 94,000 US-born children of illegal immigrants. Nevada had 111,000. Arizona had 170,000. North Carolina had 183,000. Those numbers will only go up. And remember, in those states, just a few tens of thousands of votes make the difference. Now, of course, we don't know for sure how the children of illegal immigrants will vote in 20 years. Who knows? Maybe these legal U.S. citizens will be pissed about the illegal aliens of their day taking their jobs, which by then could be actual aliens. But it's really hard not to stress how serious this is. This could completely change the country, and I don't see any way to stop it other than going to the ballot box this year and voting for Chris Chappell for Supreme Leader for life. Then everyone will be a second-class citizen. Thank you for watching America Uncovered. Before YouTube's algorithm sends you off to some random video, in my ongoing attempts to hide controversial topics and gaming content, one of the ways Marxists try to destroy society is by destroying their cultural heroes. The slandering of Columbus is a perfect example, which I talk about in this video on Diablo 4. Click here and let me know what you think. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.